In this video, I'll be sharing every single sales funnel that you need to understand to take to your own advantage here in 2026. I'll be adding them in 5 different categories. Number 1 at the top of the category is the powerhouses, which is a must use. Number 2 is proven to scale. Number 3 is can work. Number 4 is wouldn't recommend. And number 5 is time wasters. Now, when it comes to your actual funnel, strategizing your funnel, building out your funnel, it depends on what your audience is craving for and hungry for. Now, I'm going to help you better understand by splitting them in different categories to help you know which funnel best suits your current offer, whether that's coaching or an agency offer. Now, without further ado, let's jump into sales funnel number 1. It's a very well-known sales funnel, and that is Squeeze the VSL funnel. Now, the Squeeze the VSL funnel starts with an opt-in page, which is a fake video, usually a VSL, and you can't click on that VSL to actually play because it's fake. Now, the only way for this VSL to play is if you fill out a brief form, and that is a get the contact info form, where you have the name, where you have the email, and then where you have the phone number. When they fill that out, it will direct over to the actual main page of the VSL, which is a video sales letter, which then will direct over to the conversions. Now, in the video sales letter is where you provide the social proof, handle objections, storytell, and then you present the offer. Now, once that's, of course, as I said, it directs over to the conversion, which is either a low or mid-ticket offer. As we can see, one of the creators, Brez Scales, is taking this to advantage. Now, the number one funnel, Squeeze the VSL funnel, is I'd add this straight to the top of the list, which is a powerhouse, a must use. Why do I add this to the top of the list? Because it applies to everyone. Everyone can use this, anyone. Depending on what niche you're in, depending on what offer you have, depending on what stage your audience is at, 90% of coaches or agency owners can actually apply this to their funnels, if not 100%. This is the number one way to actually convert your audience using the Squeeze the VSL funnel. Mainly anyone can take this to their own advantage. Now, if you do have interest in any of these funnels or systems that I lay out in this video, and you do want access to those high ticket paying clients, converting your current traffic to those high ticket paying clients, click on the link below this video where you can book a free strategy call with me. Now, funnel number 2, let's move on. Funnel number 2 is the educational documentary funnel. I'll be using TJR for this example. Now, essentially what he does is he has purely educational content in a specific module on his YouTube page. Within those YouTube videos, the educational YouTube videos, he has a link, and that link is a CTA to an opt-in page. For him is a blueprint. So essentially, you're building out that education, and it's kind of like undercover mentoring, providing value, warming up your traffic, direct them to a link, which is in each of those bios of those educational videos, and then direct them over to the opt-in page, which is essentially, in TJR's case, is a blueprint. The reason why I love this educational documentary funnel is it relates to your offer. So each educational documentary video is kind of like an undercover video sales letter. It's a great way to warm that traffic up to your offer without them feeling like they're being sold. And then once they're ready, they'll be ready to buy because they're keen, they're seeing the results, you're actually storytelling, providing value. Then they get onto the landing page where you can actually present your offer better in detail and sell them on a mid to high ticket offer. Now, funnel number 2, the educational documentary funnel, is I'd add this straight to proven to scale. Why do I add it to proven to scale? Why don't I add it to the top? Well, because you need to build up authority and you need to build up that volume on YouTube first. TJR has a good source of authority and volume when it comes to the trading space. So people are ready to buy. But then once you have that authority and volume built up, then it's a great way to scale and then produce conversion. That is funnel number 2. Let's move on to funnel number 3. And funnel number 3 is a multi-day workshop / webinar. In this case, we're going to use Eamon Gutzy for this example because he uses it for every offer that he releases. Essentially, you have your traffic source and you're providing, this workshop or webinar through the stories, letting people know, and then this directs over to the opt-in page. The opt-in page is where we get the contact info. Now, once that contact info is filled out, you have the name, email, phone number, I'm sure you know, then this directs over to them clicking to join a WhatsApp group. Essentially, in this WhatsApp group is a group sequence where it's kind of like updating until the webinar day hits, keeping you in the loop, and then also providing social proof, even storytelling to better warm your traffic up. This is making sure no leads are getting wasted for those ones who have filled out that form, making sure every single lead that filled out that form actually gets onto the webinar. The webinar day then hits, and then we have 3 days for that webinar. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 1 is where we provide the value. Day 2 is where we provide the value. Day 3 is where everyone is ready to buy. That's the selling point. So it's value, driven value, and then we sell them by the end because everyone's ready to buy. I love the webinar, though the webinar only works if you do have authority in place and you have a great way of volume. Funnel number 3, I would add this in the proven to scale. Why? Because specifically for the audience I'm talking to now, is probably they're not at Eman Gutsy's size level yet, at his stage. You need authority and you need volume for webinars and others to actually work, which I'll be providing more of those funnels related to the webinar later in this video. Though you need authority, like Eman Gutsy has like 1.1 million followers on Instagram. So this works very well for him. But once you have that authority and volume built, then this works super well. It's definitely a high converting strategy. That's why Eman Gutsy uses this time and time over when he releases a new offer for his coaching program. For example, Educate. Now that's funnel number 3. Let's move on to funnel number 4. Funnel number 4 is a hybrid community funnel. We're going to be using Liam Osley. And Liam Osley, essentially, he has his YouTube long form content providing value regarding AI and then directs over to his school community. When you join the group, it'll fill this form. And this form essentially is to see if people actually qualified. For example, I filled out the I'm making between 5 to 10K per month form. And then I got a message straight away from his appointment setting team to jump on a call. Now, that is a great way to actually see who's qualified and who's not qualified, because you don't want to be wasting time on people who aren't qualified, who don't have the money to invest. Though once you actually join the group, you have access to these modules. As we see here, we have one of the modules over here, which is a Get One-on-One Coaching. Now, when you click on that one-on-one coaching, it directs over to a book a free strategy call. Then it directs over, to the landing page. This is the selling point where he actually presents his offer to his members inside the community. That is a hybrid community funnel. Now for hybrid community funnel number 4, I would add this in Can Work. Why do I add it in Can Work? Because the hybrid community funnel, you need to build up your YouTube audience, and it does take time. Like, you can't just post a couple of videos and then sell the community. You actually need a good source of traffic and a good source of authority as well. Traffic, volume and traffic are the main sources that we want for some of these funnels to actually work. But essentially, when it comes to the free community funnel, it takes a lot of time to actually build out those modules. Of course, it is worth it in the long run, but you will be spending quite a bit of time building out this community. That's funnel number 4. Let's move on to funnel number 5. Funnel number 5 essentially is a niche-centric remote class funnel. Essentially, the niche-centric remote class funnel is where you niche specifically down. For this example, we'll be using Shelby Sapp. She has her short form content, Instagram, TikTok. Her niche is specifically women in sales. For this example, she's using a masterclass. You have the contact info here. What's the contact info? Name, email, phone number. Then it directs over to a get ready page. Simply, she's keeping this authentic and raw, just telling people what they're going to expect in the live masterclass. Then it directs over to an email sequence, keeping them updated through the email, and then the masterclass day hits. So essentially what the niche-centric remote class funnel is, you niche specifically down. In this case, she's really niching down women in sales. Now for funnel number 5, I'd add this in wouldn't recommend to those ones specifically watching this video right now. Why would I add this in wouldn't recommend? Because you need the authority build and you really need a niche down. You need followers in that specific niche. For Shelby Sapp, she has over 1 million followers, and most of those followers contain women in sales. So this is a great way for her to convert her strangers into buyers. For you guys watching this video, you guys probably don't have over 1 million followers. You haven't actually built as much of authority as she has, and you don't have a good size of that specific niche. For her, she probably has at least over 50,000 followers in that specific niche, which is women in sales that are following her at least. The other reason why I wouldn't recommend is because she has an email sequence. Not much people watch the email sequence. Okay, so in this case, I would actually replace this with a WhatsApp group like Eman Gutsy is using. But like I said, Shelby Sapp, she has that authority. People will be looking at their emails on purpose to find out the masterclass updates to join her masterclass, just because she has that niche in place. She also, has that authority and volume and trust. That's funnel number 5. Let's move on to funnel number 6. Funnel number 6 is a keyword funnel. Nick Setting is using this keyword funnel. Essentially, in most of his videos, he has a keyword, for example, comment diary, comment close, comment mochi, and then this directs over to him sending a link in your DMs. Then when you click on that link, it will direct over to a specific YouTube video, which can act as a social VSL, an undercover video sales letter. Then it directs back over to the DM set. By the end of the video, he says, get in contact with me personally via Instagram if you want to XYZ, and then you get back into his DMs, and then that's where he DM sets. Most likely his appointment setters will take over and then book a call with you. That is the keyword funnel. Now for the keyword funnel, funnel number 6, I would add this over in the can work. Why do I add it in the can work? This only works well if you have a good traffic source coming through. So he has at least 10k viewers on each of his reels. That's why he's using this. And this is an easy way to lose track of your leads as well, because if you direct them straight to a YouTube video, they may get distracted by another YouTube video. The only reason why they usually go back to the DM set is because Nick Setting has a fabulous, I have to commend him on his authority when it comes to his offer. So he has a high authority in place. A good percentage of those people that do watch his videos, his long form, which is also a great authority container as well, will have a big portion to actually come back to the DM set. So he has that very high level of authority in his offer. So people, they'll watch his long form and then they'd be happy to loop back into the DMs. They're not going to get distracted because they know Nick's setting and his offer, his authority in place. So that's funnel number 6. The only reason why I add it in ChemWork is because it adds in the TMs. You can lose track of your leads easily if you're not at the point of Nick's setting yet. Now let's move on to funnel number 7. And funnel number 7 is the cold PDF lead magnet, where you have the opt-in contact created. Opt-in like gain access to this PDF. We fill out the form, name, email, phone number, and then that directs over to the sales letter, which you download, which is like give value through Google Doc or Notion. Then that leads to the conversion, which is a call to action to book a call. Now let's look at an example. We have download Grant's Cardone guide today, and then that directs over to a book or a downloadable PDF. Now once you click on that, one of the pages, like page number 20, then that will direct over to book your free roadmap session. Now that's a cold PDF lead magnet. Now where would I add funnel number 7? I'll definitely add funnel number 7 in time wasters. Why would I add it in time wasters? Because this is a great way to lose track of your leads. They're not really engaged. Like, who's gonna read a long form of a sales letter? Why don't you just combine this into a VSL, a video? Because you're not really engaged with your leads at all through this. You have the opt-in, you have the sales letter, you have the conversion. No one's going to read the sales letter, first of all, and they're just not engaged. You really want to be engaged regularly with your leads when they're going through the funnel, especially for you watching this video, for the audience watching this video. That's why I wouldn't recommend, or definitely wouldn't use, a time waster of the funnel number 7. Let's move on to funnel number 8. Funnel number 8 is a qualification funnel. Let's use Luke Davis for this example when it comes to his upcoming masterclass. Essentially, he has his opt-in where you fill out the form, and that form actually is a qualification form. Still, you get the name, you get the email, you get the phone number, though it asks whether you earn over 50k per month or you don't. Then it directs over to a text message or a book a call. In this case, he's using the text message. I love this qualification funnel. Why? Because you're not going to be wasting time with people that aren't qualified. This is why qualification forms are the best to use. Just because you don't want to be wasting time on people that aren't qualified and don't have the money to invest. You really want to spend time with the people who are actually qualified. That's why it's great to have that form in place. Now for qualification funnel number 8, I'm going to add this to the top for a must use. This can apply to anyone no matter what stage you're at. Qualification funnel, I'll definitely add this to the top of the list, and it can apply to anyone in the coaching niche, in the agency niche, and no matter what stage of traffic or volume you're at. Now that's funnel number 8. Let's move on to funnel number 9, and funnel number 9 is a book funnel. Let's use Alex Hormozi's book, which is the 100 Million Money module. You have this book in place, provides value, and then in the book you provide worksheets, guides, tools. To get access to that, you go to a link, and that is the opt-in link where you get the contact info, and then after that you either direct to book a call or sell mid to high ticket offer. So book, lead magnet, more sales. For funnel number 9, the book funnel, I'd add this in the wouldn't recommend. Essentially why I add it in the wouldn't recommend is because you're not at the stage of Alex Hormozi. You haven't built a level of authority of Alex Hormozi. And essentially when it comes to producing a book as well, it is expensive. So that's really the reason why I add it in this category. I wouldn't recommend it for the audience that's watching this video right now. Though when you do get to Alex Hormozi's level, definitely take this to use, because now you probably wanted to produce a book about an offer or you, and then you have that book produced, and now you can actually add this book funnel in place. Now that is funnel number 9. Let's move on to funnel number 10. Funnel number 10 is a YouTube funnel. I'm going to be using Suway for this example. So Suway has multiple YouTube videos, and then multiple of those YouTube videos then direct over to one video, and that can act as an undercover VSL where you provide your offer, social proof, handle objections, storytell, and essentially Suway in this case is using, if I wanted to scale to 100k per month, this is what I do, full blueprint. And then by the end, he most likely has a CTA to book a call or to check out a specific landing page, a VSL. People don't feel like they're being sold to. So that's funnel number 10, the YouTube funnel. For funnel number 10, I'm adding this to the top without no question of all. Reason why? Anyone can use this first of all, and it is undercover like I said, because people aren't going to feel like they're being sold to. This works for anyone, no matter what niche. The only thing you need to do is to set up your YouTube and to get traffic source through there and volume. But once you have that in place, this YouTube funnel works very well. Let's move on to funnel number 11. And funnel number 11 is a very unique one. Not many of you guys may notice this one, but it's a story highlights funnel. Essentially at the start of your story highlights, you have your offer in place. January 31st, new. We're going to be using Luke Davis once again. Then it directs over to Trust and Authority, Trustpilot, results, YBNB, BNB 2025, and then directs over to the CTA, which is Learn Free. Then directs over to the landing page where the VSL is. Now what happens if they scroll past all of this? Then they see this, lifestyle. December, November, October, September, client wins, May, April, March, February, showcasing lifestyle, the luxury lifestyle. When people see that, they're like, oh, his life looks great. How do I get this? Then they go back, they see the Learn Free, then they click on the landing page. So this is a story highlights funnel. Where would I categorize the story highlights funnel? Well, I'm adding this to the top because anyone can use it. Doesn't take that much effort. You're gonna do it anyway, honestly, and all you need to do is just structure them in the right order. From your offer to Trust and Authority, testimonials, client wins, and then CTA. And then after that, just post your lifestyle. That is funnel number 11. Let's move on to funnel number 12. And funnel number 12 is a DM me funnel. In this case, I'm going to use Tom Davies, an online fitness coach. He has DM me transform for info, comment fit, and then work with me, reply with DM. Comment fit is usually in a Instagram reel. Essentially, we're using keywords to get people into the DMs. Then that directs over to the DM setting. Build rapport with the lead, and then this will either direct over to a sales call or a DM close. For me, I definitely recommend the sales call just so you can handle objections more on there and actually get straight to the point. So for funnel number 12, the DM me funnel, where would I categorize this one? Well, I'm going to categorize this one as, for this, I'll add this as proven to scale. Why do I add this as proven to scale? Because anyone, first of all, can take this to their advantage. You just need some good traffic to actually get comments running through. Though the only downside why I don't add this to the top is because it comes through the DMs. You rather just get straight on a sales call because it can take a while for people to respond. They may respond 3 hours later, 4 hours later. By the time they actually respond, you could have closed an extra 3 clients. That's funnel number 12. Let's move on to funnel number 13. And funnel number 13 is a challenge funnel. Now the challenge funnel is like a 5-day challenge where they challenge to get these results, earn this much. You have the opt-in page, contact created, name, email, phone number. Then that directs to a private community hub. We have day 1 live stream, day 2 live stream, day 3 live stream, pitch event, similar to the webinar funnel like Eamon Gutsy. So you provide value, and then by day 3, then you pitch them on your offer. Then day 3 directs over to the conversion, which is the call to action, join the one-on-one mentoring. Jeremy Miner is actually taking this to his advantage, crush your commissions, free 5-day challenge, and you have this contact, which is the first name, last name, email address, phone number as well. So that is funnel number 13, the challenge funnel. Then by the end of that 5-day challenge, for example, then you convert them through a one-on-one mentoring, book a call with them. That is the challenge funnel, funnel number 13. Funnel number 13, I add this in time wasters for specifically the audience watching this video. Why? Because first of all, it's very time consuming to build this all out because you need to plan day 1, you need to plan day 2, what are you going to do on those specific days? And second of all, you also need the authority, high level authority as Jeremy Miner in sales. So people are willing to sign up to this. It's very similar. It's quite similar to a webinar funnel where you need the authority and you need the volume in place, but this does require effort from your side as well. So that's funnel number 13. Let's move on to the last one, which is funnel number 14. And this is a bait and switch low ticket tripwire where you have a landing page. You're going to sell a low ticket offer, going to be around $7. And then that leads over to the immediate one-time offer. Add this onto your order, which is $79. And then that directs over to the email flow, which is the high ticket backend when you sell them on the high ticket. So the key here is front-end profit plus instant value equals scalable client acquisition. As we can see here, here's a small example of the fill, your funnel jumpstart page. pack, which is yours today for just $7, add to cart, then it will upsell straight away after that. So that is the bait and switch low ticket tripwire, where you have that low ticket, then you're upselling straight away, and then the high ticket back end. Now for funnel number 14, I have no doubts I add this straight into the time wasters. Why? Because first of all, you're not understanding who your audience is, who's coming into your funnel. There's no really source to understand your traffic source. There's no really tracking in this one. All it is setting a low ticket product, which is very low ticket. Only problem when it comes to low ticket products like these is people don't value it as much, especially if it's like $7. And then it upsells straight away. The feeling of them upselling straight away is it's like, I want more money off you. Then it directs over to an email flow, which is even worse because people can't track, so it's kind of worthless. So funnel number 14 is a bait and switch low ticket tripwire. You may get guys like Alex Hormozi taking this to advantage where you're constantly upselling alongside Sabri Subi. That's the bait and switch low ticket tripwire. Funnel number 14. So they're every single sales funnel that you can take to advantage in 2026. If you do want a free funnel audit from me personally, get in touch with me via Instagram. But without that, I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments if there are any funnels that I've missed. I'll be sure to include them in another funnel video. But without that, I hope you guys the best of your day.